Hello beautiful and handsome, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last episode, I promised to talk about what the ECFMG is and to dissect their mode of operations and how you can get certified. And that is exactly what we'll be doing today. Getting ECFMG certified is the golden ticket for international medical graduates like you and I to get certified in the US as medical doctors. And there isn't just one pathway to get certified. There are actually 6 different pathways by which you can get certified in the United States. And today, I'm not doing this alone. Joining me here is Grace. She's also an ambassador for the Concept Academy. Today, we'll be breaking down together the pathways in a simple and very practical way. And of course, if you are preparing to write the USMLE, the Concept Academy is here to guide you in every step of the way. Let's dive in.
Hello everybody, so let's get right into it. Pathway 1, already licensed to practice medicine in another country. So ideally, the pathway 1 is for international medical graduates who currently hold or have held a license to practice medicine in another country. So what makes you eligible for pathway 1 for ECFMG? First of all, you have to have an unsupervised medical license. And secondly, the validity of your license. Your license has to be active on or after January 1, 2021. Thirdly, no disparate actions. And lastly, you must have met the local regulatory requirements in the country where the license was issued.
Now let's discuss the application timing. So if you meet all the eligibility requirements for Pathways 1, you may apply using the online applications for ECFMG certifications and Pathways revalidation link. The link will be provided in the description below. Your application must be submitted no later than January 31st, 2026. Even after you've met all the communication skills requirements and your clinical skills requirements, and you did not submit your application before January 31st, 2026, I'm sorry to inform you that you will not be eligible to march into any residency in the United States. In order to participate in the 2026 March program, ECFMG must determine the outcome of your application. They must determine your eligibility for your Step 1 and your Step 2 and your OET. Then they will report this eligibility to NRMP, which is the National Residence Matching Program, by the deadline. So like I earlier mentioned, if you met all the eligibility for Pathway 1 and you did not submit your applications before the deadline, ECFMG will not be able to determine the outcome of your Pathway application, which invariably means that you will not be eligible to match in the 2026 March program. Please plan your application and time it very, very well.
So next up, application instructions. To access the website for the 2026 pathways for ECFMG, the link would be in the description. So after logging into your account, you'd move on to checking your eligibility for specific pathways, and in this case, pathway 1. So you will be asked, or just as I said earlier, you could be asked if you currently hold a license to practice. And if you do not, as long as your license was still active on or after January 1, 2021, you'd still be good to go. So after checking for your eligibility, you'll be required to provide documentation on the associations that you've been registered with or licensed with. So another method you could use is to obtain a letter of good standing from the organization that licensed you, and you could just add that to your pathway uploads. And then after that, you could complete and submit your application. And once your application is received, a case manager would contact you if there are any issues or if there should be any more information you should send.
Alright, so let's go to the fees and the payments now. But before that, I want to call your attention to the fact that ECFMG will still verify the authenticity of any documents that you provide with the authority that issued the document. And in case the name on the document you submitted does not tally with your ECFMG name record, ECFMG may contact you for verification and confirmation. The fee for applying to a pathway is $925, and full payment is due when you submit your application. And then I need to tell you that if your application is not completed within 5 days of when you began, it will be deleted and you'll be required to start the application process again.
Yay, we submitted our application. So once your application is submitted, you could check out the pathways revalidation link to follow up on your status of application. And something else you should know is that it takes about 5 business days for the ECFMG to check on your application, so you could just patiently chill during that period.
And that's it for today's breakdown of Pathway 1. Remember, there are 6 pathways of ECFMG certification. And in the upcoming episodes, we'll be breaking down the pathways one after the other. If you found this helpful, kindly hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment and share.
And I'm Grace. See you in the next episode.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.